A significant coastal storm is currently making its presence felt along the east coast of the United States. This system is a powerful and slow-moving weather event, bringing a variety of impacts to several regions. The primary areas feeling the effects right now are the southeast, the mid-Atlantic, especially southern New England. This is a classic setup for this time of year, where lows gather strength over warm waters and ride the coastline north. The impacts are not uniform. Severity depends on the storm's exact track and changing intensity. The Outer Banks of North Carolina have been hit very hard by this storm. These barrier islands are notoriously vulnerable, and this event is no exception. Reports indicate significant coastal flooding, strong, persistent winds, and heavy rainfall. Images from Virginia Beach show pier restaurants taking on inches of water, a testament to the power of this system. To understand what is coming next, we turn to our computer weather models. These sophisticated programs use current atmospheric data to simulate how weather may evolve over days and weeks. They are our best tools for looking into the future. You will hear terms like 0Z and 12Z, model starts in UTC. These are typically the main, most comprehensive runs. Primary GFS and ECMWF runs often extend farther than the 06Z and 18Z. In-between runs can be less robust, sometimes resampling the prior major run. That is why forecasters often lean on 0Z and 12Z. When different models show a similar story, confidence increases. The latest 0Z guidance matches current conditions well. It correctly places the ongoing coastal storm and the active weather out west. Moving forward, a complex system takes shape over the west and central U.S. It will usher in colder air, but remember, models are guidance, not gospel. In the coming week, we see two very different weather stories on opposite coasts. Monday through Friday, the east winds down its current coastal storm as the west stays active. On the east coast, the storm slowly fades by Tuesday, October 14th. The primary low continues to impact the Outer Banks and New England briefly, before moving out to sea. Models hint at another coastal system late next week, bringing another round of unsettled weather. Meanwhile, the west is being hammered by a persistent stream of moisture. Significant rainfall is falling in California, Oregon, and Washington. Welcome for drought relief, but too much too fast can cause flash flooding and mudslides. At higher elevations, the moisture is falling as snow, Sierra, Cascades, and the northern Rockies. Good news for water supply in the ski season. The western system lingers, slow and stagnant through midweek, then organizes into a classic storm east of Colorado with warm and cold fronts. This setup can produce severe storms or heavy snow, depending on track and temperatures. You will hear Arctic air often. It refers to origin, not a specific temperature. The Arctic is a place. Its cold air can modify as it travels south. It warms over land and water, yet still replaces milder air with a noticeable chill. Models show a cold pool in Arctic Canada, with a pathway southward. It does not move straight south. The jet stream guides its path. The jet stream steers our weather in large, meandering waves. Ridges favor warm, calmer weather. Troughs favor colder, stormier weather. A positive PNA, ridge over the west, blocks and redirects Arctic air. The cold dives south on the ridge's eastern side into the central and eastern U.S. As long as the ridge anchors in the west, the east stays vulnerable to cold shots. Another feature, backdoor cold fronts push in from the northeast or east. High pressure over New England can shove cooler marine air southward. Expect sharp, sometimes surprising drops after a warm southwest flow. That often means cloudy, damp, and chilly conditions along the shoreline. It is the atmosphere reminding us winter is not far. Time to get those sweaters ready. The first notable push arrives around Sunday, October 19th, lingers into Monday and Tuesday. It follows a big western system that drags a strong cold front east. Before the front, a brief warm-up, common ahead of strong fronts. Warm, moist air is pulled north from the Gulf of Mexico. Then the wind shifts, and temperatures drop noticeably. Expect a widespread chill. Northern Plains, Midwest, Great Lakes, and the East. Highs in the 60s and 70s flip to 40s and 50s in northern spots. For the immediate East Coast, the first wave arrives as a backdoor cold front. A second, more significant blast looks poised around Thursday, October 23rd, lasting through that weekend. The pattern amplifies, ridge west, trough east, pulling deeper Arctic air south. Below-average temperatures spread east of the Rockies. First widespread freezes of the season become possible. A storm may ride the boundary, with rain, gusty winds, and even wet snow in higher elevations. A third reinforcement near the 27th keeps the trough in place and warmth at bay. Precipitation focus shifts. After days aimed at the west, attention moves eastward. The central U.S. picks up showers and storms late this week. With the second and third waves, the east likely sees a notable uptick in rain. That is problematic where soils are saturated. Renewed flooding is a concern. Snow remains primarily a western mountain story, with impressive early totals. Elsewhere, only spotty flurries or wet snow where cold and moisture overlap. Immediately, coastal flooding with the current storm is the biggest hazard. It subsides as the storm moves away, but could return with later coastal systems. If you live near the coast, track high tides and heed local advisories. Never drive through flooded roads. The water is often deeper than it appears. With colder, active weather on the horizon, now is the time to prepare. Stay informed. Use the National Weather Service and reliable alerts. Get your sweaters, jackets, hats, and gloves ready. Test your heating system now, not on the first truly cold night. Review your emergency kit, charge phones, and prep a power bank. Strong winds can cause outages. For those with medical needs, ensure backup power plans are ready.